Let's now move to debt-stricken Sri Lanka, which has signed a free trade pact with Thailand. Sri Lanka hopes this move can help it emerge from its worst financial crisis in decades. The island nation defaulted on its overseas debt in May 2022 after a severe shortage of foreign exchange reserves triggered the worst financial crisis since independence from Britain in 1948. The crisis, which was started due to several compounding factors, have left a large population of Sri Lanka vulnerable. Take a look. Sri Lanka and Thailand signed a free trade agreement on February 3rd, a move Colombo hopes will help it emerge from its worst financial crisis in decades. The island nation has been renewing a focus on trade deals to foster economic growth and help its battered economy, which is estimated by the World Bank to have contracted 3.8% last year, after a severe foreign exchange crunch plunged it to a wider financial crisis. The free trade agreement is aimed at enhancing market opportunities, with negotiations covering various aspects such as trade in goods, investment, customs procedure, and intellectual property rights.
The main focus of this visit is accelerating economic cooperation between Sri Lanka and Thailand. There is significant potential for the expansion of trade and investment ties between our two countries, which have remained largely untapped. The Prime Minister and I witnessed the signing of the Sri Lanka-Thailand Free Trade Agreement a short while ago.
Given the enormous potential between our two countries, I believe that the signing of the Free Trade Agreement today will significantly boost bilateral trade and investments in the years ahead.
Sri Lanka defaulted on its overseas debt in May 2022 after a severe shortage of foreign exchange reserves triggered the worst financial crisis since independence from Britain in 1948. The country's foreign minister, Ali Sabri, has said that Colombo expects it to attract about $5 billion in foreign funds in the next 2 years, once it is able to finalize the restructuring of its overseas debt.
All put together, we are looking at within the next 12 to 24 months, somewhere in the region of about 5 billion worth of foreign currency infusion into the country in terms of projects and all those things, and also from the sale of some of the state-owned enterprises.
Sri Lanka has made progress on about $11 billion of bilateral debt restructuring and hopes to have agreements in place with all key creditors, including bondholders, by May. It will then focus on kickstarting major infrastructure projects suspended during the crisis, including an expansion of the main airport near Colombo and a $2 billion light railway project with Japan. The crisis, which was started due to several compounding factors, have left a large population of Sri Lanka multidimensionally vulnerable. In November last year, Sri Lanka's Supreme Court ruled on the country's worst economic crisis since independence. The court ruled that former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and his brother, former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, and several other government officials were guilty of mishandling the economy. The top court held that the respondents violated the public trust and fundamental rights of the petitioners. The common people in the island nation had called the court's ruling a right decision, but they had expressed their desire to see more actions against the culprits.